So guys, we have a very interesting match today. This was recorded from the Discord events that are held at Experience Rick's Discord. Definitely check that out. The link will be down below. They host every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 events. They are trying to get more prizing for players to enjoy. Right now it's a bunch of store credit. That is very useful. And they are free events for right now, but once product is available and players can actually play for product, they will actually be doing paid events. So they get normally around like 12 plus players every single time they run it. So it's a good way of taking a look at the event. So without further ado, let's get into this match, shall we? So we have a very interesting one. First off, it is a match against normal blue JJK, which is the Sukuna build, versus the Nanami Sukuna build. They are very great players. These matches are going to be a lot of fun to take a watch and see and learn from. So just keeping in mindset of this, that players are going to get to enjoy all their fun goodie stuff. JJK definitely introduced a very strong deck in the form of the star deck. Even with the restrictions in, I think the deck is still pretty solid tier 1. So just keep that in mind when we're watching these videos, that, you know, these are after the recordings, after the match. So again, these are going to be very useful information to kind of just see where players are going with it. And I do like the Omnimon players met, and then they both decide to keep their hand no mulligan, which, you know, very good. Ming is going to go first. He's going to go with setting up Inu, and then going second, we got a Nubara that's going to draw a card, then proceed to trash a card, which is not a finger, sadly, but he trashes an Itadori and then plays Inu as well. So now Ming's going to set himself up a little bit here. He's going to draw a card with his AP action, then proceed to play another Inu. So he's at 2 energy. They're both kind of at 2 energy. You kind of need to play at 4 for these kind of decks anyway, so your goal is to try to get there. So the player moves up the Nubara, plays an Inu in the back, and then proceeds to play a Maki. Maki is going to look at the top 2 cards, add 1 card to hand, and then trash 1. So swings in with the Nubara. Gets a raid target that is actually pretty scary if you can get your hand down. Plays, I forget his name, sorry. We get Itadori, we get basically the raid guy. So he does a domain expansion to extend again, so he can probably raid here comfortably because he is showing up 4. And then he gets this, he basically slams down 2 copies. One's a rated version, and then the other one is not. So yeah, he gets to do some shenanigans here. So 1 damage in. Now 2 4K bodies are hard to get through when you have this low of a board state and you're not really applying much pressure here. The fact that the Nanami is going to do what the Nanami is going to do if he takes out one of them, domain. So he takes out the one with the rated, which lets him draw 2, then trash 2, suspend a target on the board, and then he's going to raid into Yuji Itadori to get in some extra damage, which is kind of good. You need to apply this pressure. Gets rid of the final trigger domain expansion. Depending on how you attack, can lead to being very good to get rid of the domain expansions. So he activates the Sukuna finger to proceed to suspend the Itadori, to then draw a card to regain the AP action. So basically, free draw is really good in any game, right? So taking a look here, it's nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. So Ming's gonna set up another one, and then he's gonna activate the craziest removal spell. So this one puts it at the bottom of the stack, and then, which is really important, he gets to decide bottom or top. And then you do get a Yuji Itadori down, so there's 2 4Ks here. So the option is very powerful in my opinion. So I'm gonna look here right now. I think he's gotta move something up here to kind of just keep the, himself alive. And right now, with him just playing like raidless style right now, it's going to apply a lot of pressure because 4K bodies against this deck gets really tough. He plays the Nubara that bounces, which he's going to then just replay. He plays a UG and, then raids into Sukuna. He still has yet to find a finger, which is not the best. He finally discards one finger. So they're both at 1 fingers, which is really good. So this is a 5K swinging in. So his opponent is going to just let it through because there's no reason. Makes his Nanami basically a 7K, which he's not getting through any of these other attacks. So let's see what his opponent's going to do here with the, Nanami and the UG on there. We'll have to see what he's going to do because right now it's definitely showing like a good even match. Like, even if you can't see it right now, he plays the Nanami option. So he's going to, 2 cost AP. He's going to remove 7 cards from his trash to draw 3 cards. Really, really powerful because Nanami wants to be at basically 15 cards as soon as possible. You want to draw a bunch of cards, keep trashing, keep that momentum. So I think, he gets a raid Itadori, bounces the Sukuna back to hand, which is what you want to do in this matchup. You want to keep the Sukuna off the board, and that's the only way you're going to be able to do it, right? So no impactful triggers here. So yeah, definitely need to block that. The 4K bodies are really going to hurt the Sukuna player. His hand wasn't the best, and being able to come late with a Sukuna finger is roughly really, really bad. So taking a look, he drew a card for one of his AP, played a UG Itadori, and then at this point, dude, just slam down 4Ks left and right would be your best option, to be honest, instead of these raids, because again, you're going to need to soak up some damage or present some damage. So Sukuna's going to draw him 2 cards, and then he's going to trash the second finger. So now Sukuna has impact. Board state still says it's going to go to the nominee player, though. So he hits the draw trigger. So the little guy is going to swing in, but doesn't matter. So there's going to be very interesting. If the Nanami player actually gets live, it's pretty close right now to becoming live and being able to raid all these shenanigans. So right now there's a lot of potential. So 1, go into UG Itadori, to then raid UG Itadori to bounce. Now his board is reset a bit, so this is vitally important because, hit UG Itadori, swing, you get the boost. At least she can block 1 attack. This is really scary right now. He's on a complete back foot. He can't clear this board very comfortably. So taking a look right now, I think his opponent's just takes the L here because he fell too far behind. He can remove 1 threat, but I don't think he can remove enough without having like 3 domain expansions in his hand. And that is really what it's coming down to. And, draw a card, plays UG Itadori in the back line. Then he's going to raid it, most likely, into the Sukuna. No, he slams down a Sukuna, which is vitally good. And then he's going to raid this UG into a Sukuna. So draw 2 cards, trash 1. So again, this board needed to be a little bit more scarier. I think a couple domain expansions at the right time would be mad. Oh, that just sealed the deal. So he just killed off the Sukuna. There's no way he's stopping this. There's 1 life left on a board of 4 attacks. I mean, he's got 2 blockers, means he needs to have double domain expansion just to survive this turn. So the nominee player is going to draw a card, raid into Sukuna, leave in the back, by the way, which is okay by me. So taking a look though. Ooh, he does the option that bottoms the nominee removal. Nope. So GG's, good games though. Very solid games. I think just the nominee version has a lot of potential, and a lot of players should probably give this a try, in my opinion, if you guys really want to. I think really the nominee version, if it goes off, it's just really scary, and especially because you don't really have to worry about relying on certain raid targets, and it just applies pressure. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy.